Howdy, and have a great Monday, everybody. I'm here at the studio working on my somewhat frequent Rhythm Pyramid videos. It was a crazy weekend. It was a crazy weekend with ice hockey matches. Finland, our country, my country, won the World Championship. And they played against Russia on Saturday and against Canada on Sunday, yesterday's final, beating both of them and these giants. So it's been fairly amazing to watch that, and it's going to be a great party in Helsinki today when the team comes home. I guess that the plane is about to land any minute now. I put a video up on YouTube on Saturday morning. After that, it's been silent. I know. I've done some work with the guitar. For example, on Saturday when I was watching the match against Russia, I was playing the entire time, which is good for you to remember that it's very important to noodle anytime now. I went through. I just didn't blindly and mindlessly go into any kind of weird shred. I took some of the patterns that I knew that I'm about to play on the songs during the summer. For example, there is the this thing, which is also familiar from Teemu Mäntysaari's video. Teemu from Wintersun is joining us on 9 gigs on the tour. It's not a secret anymore. He made a great video on YouTube titled Raskasta Iskelmää Announcement or something like that. Check it out, it's great. So he does that thing there. So I was doing that, and I'm doing a couple of sweep things. There as we're going through, and some different patterns. Just keeping my hands like accurate, keeping them warm and keeping them like in motion, because frequent playing creates the sensitivity to the hands that's needed to work it up to a good performance. I'm pretty persistent with this, and I feel that I can't say it often enough that whenever you practice those things, it's not a good idea to go balls to the wall with your top tempo all the time, because, as I mentioned earlier, top tempo is survival. Work up to a speed that's manageable and you have control, because that way you will create the stamina to be able to maintain the speed. And for example, a good way to do that is to work in sets of let's say a couple of cycles, and then you can double the speed. So you can go into half speed every now and then just to keep yourself fresh. For example, do it like that instead of just going balls to the wall all the time. It's like running sprints and then just cooling down for a period. And many times in the clinics, I've said it out loud and mentioned that sprinters, as in athletes, as runners, they don't run full speed their entire practice time. That would be insanity. Actually, they run full speed very little, but they still manage to maintain the record-breaking speeds in competitions and stuff. So there's something to learn there. The same thing with powerlifters. Every time they go under the bar, they don't have the full load. They don't have a PR there. So it's good to learn something from that. The little muscles, when we're playing, they work exactly the same way, even though they have a lot more endurance. This activity doesn't break muscle nearly as much as sprinting or powerlifting, but the liabilities the mechanicals are still the same. The nervous system works the same way, so it's good to remember that. And that's why, for example, we build up the rhythm pyramid the way we do. All right, today I went up to 110. On the Mixolydian mode, day number 5, I went up to 110, pushing it a bit, but I still went there. I'm going to attempt it now, but for starters, we're going to start with 80 BPM, Mixolydian mode, just starting on the 6th string, and see where we go from there. As I mentioned yesterday, Mixolydian is one of my favorite tonalities within the major scale, or modalities, whatever you want to, call it. I like the sound there. It's like a bluesy major scale, and cool tone, and a basis for a lot of blues stuff, a lot of country stuff, and just very pleasing to the ear to have that. And we are in B, by the way. Okay, let's climb up to 95 and play from the high string upwards on the high E. Right, there we have it. Felt pretty good, and then it's time for the test. The highest speed on day number 5 of the Rhythm Pyramid Challenge 2019 on a clean tone, 110 BPM. I remember when I went up to this on the distorted tone, I think that I pretty much made it on the first video, if I'm not mistaken. And with the clean tone, it's a different ball game. Today I put the harmonizer off, no compression, just a tiny splash of reverb there, and a plug-in amp. So let's see what happens. 110 BPM, starting on the 3rd string, going down. Okay, that was a piece of work. Tomorrow we're going to start the rehearsals for the tour. I hope that I'm able to make you a video of the Aeolian mode, day number 6. But I'll be playing all the time. I might do some videos from the rehearsals. We have to see about that. And it's gonna be a cool period, since we're already hitting the road next week on Saturday, on the 8th of June. So everybody who's gonna attend that show, I'm gonna see you there, and I'm gonna see everybody else throughout these videos. I guess that for time being, now it's time to say bye, and I'm gonna see you guys next time, hopefully tomorrow with the Aeolian mode.